momentum changed after that DK drop there. I think it was late in the first quarter.
I don't feel like we ever got the momentum on our side, honestly. We had a lot of chances. Defense played really good in the first half, and they got a good defense, but we had a lot of opportunities. Didn't make the most of hardly any of them.
Aaron, what made third down such a challenge?
Well, we had a lot of 3rd and 10 pluses to start. Those are low percentage conversions. I think first and second down wasn't very good. That's why third down was difficult.
Aaron, I think it was the last drive of the third quarter. Anderson and Hunter combined for like 2 tackles, like 1 QB pressure. What changed from that point on? Was it just a matter of becoming too one-dimensional, or what was it that allowed them to get free at that point?
I'd have to look at the tape, but they're good players. At some point they're gonna get a chance when you're in, a lot of one-dimensional passing. I feel like we had Slide and Chip to at least one of them most of the game, but they're both all-pro caliber players.
Aaron, you mentioned those missed opportunities and not feeling like you got in a rhythm. Did it feel like those snowballed there in the second half and just kept you from finding your footing?
Not about that. I think every play is unique to itself. We had some opportunities, and either drops or pressure or just total MAs or not the right throw. I mean, we had a lot of chances. We had plays set up with missed assignments. We had opportunities, take shots with not enough time. We just didn't make the most of any of the little opportunities. Against good defense like this, you're not going to get many opportunities. When you get them, you got to make the most of them.
It balances too, how good they are defensively and how they played versus what you're saying about the plays that were there to be made that you weren't able to make.
There are a lot of plays there to be made, for sure. They got a good defense, no doubt about it. But we had them on our home field and our grass and had opportunities, especially in the first half, to put a lot of points on the board and make it easier for our defense that was playing really good.
Aaron, it was another game where Pat Brown really didn't get targeted until later in the game. What, were they doing a lot to take him away, or what's gone into just not being able to get him the ball as much when you guys need big plays?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that.
Aaron, Mason Rudolph went out there for the last series. Was that a decision you made to come out of the game? Kind of what went into that?
It was 30-6.
Anyone else?
Aaron, does that game affect your decision for what to do next year in any way?
No, I'm not going to make any emotional decisions. Disappointed, obviously, it's such a fun year. A lot of adversity, but a lot of fun. Been a great year, overall in my life in the last year, and this is, a really good part of that, coming here and being a part of this team. So it's disappointing to be sitting here with the season over.
Play again, do you want it to be here?
I'm not going to talk about that.
Aaron, how do you approach just what you decide to do next?
Yeah, just get away and then have the right conversations.
Did you enter tonight thinking it could be your final game?
I answered this before. Every game could be my final game.
Aaron, your teammates haven't been shy about how much they've appreciated playing with you and the impact you've had on the city in just 1 year. What does that mean to you to just in 1 year make such a positive impact for an organization that has as much history and tradition as the Steelers?
I was fortunate to play in an incredible football city for 18 years, and I never took it for granted and enjoyed that time there. And this has been a really beautiful back end to that first 18. To be able to be here for a year. This is a special place. You got tradition, got excellence, got all-time greats. Even just looking around the stadium tonight just to see the fans, there wasn't a big splattering of Texans fans, and there's a lot to be said for that. There's only a few really special places in the league that have the tradition and the town and the organization, and I'm thankful to have played for 2 of them.
You've noted throughout the season when you thought practices were on and weren't on. Where did you feel about you guys' preparation for this game, just day in and day out, getting ready for this defense?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the preparation was good. That's why it was so surprising, some of the mental errors that happened tonight.
What do you think will resonate with you most from this season?
What?
What do you think will resonate with you most from this season?
Oh, I mean, there's so many fun moments from the year. I mean, starting going back to Latrobe and the beauty in that opportunity to come together as a team. We faced a lot of adversity, but you know, there's a lot of special moments that I'll think back on. Right now, it's just disappointment, but thankful to put the colors on and run out of that tunnel and be a part of this organization.
Aaron, you've played with a lot of centers in this league too. Just talk a little bit about your rapport this season with Zach Frazier, what that was like, and especially with him being such a young player in the league, what you've seen out of him this season.
I mean, I don't think there's a better center in the league. I watched it every single week. You know, we obviously got a good D line, but 54 is as consistent as they come in the league. He's got a bright future. He is a phenomenal player. He's got a real steady way about him to go the whole season and not have any, you know, snap issues. To really not have to do a whole lot back there protection-wise when I've done that most of my career. He is an exceptional player. He's got a really bright future in the league. If the team was smart, they'd slap a deal on him pretty quickly because he's going to be 10-plus years in the league and one of the best to do it, in my opinion. That's his trajectory. He's got a great running mate. I mean, the right side, that's got to excite Steeler fans when you got three young guys at center, right guard, and right tackle who have played so well all season. That's pretty exciting. But Zach is a special player, and I'm thankful to play with him.
Aaron, as you think about your decision, do you think this team is set up for a bright future, has a foundation for a bright future?
Yeah, I think so. I think you got a lot of the pieces in place. Sign a DK, obviously for 5 years. Now there's some moving pieces because there's been some mercenaries. But I think that there's the good combination of young guys who are ascending, and there's some big decisions to be made. I mean, our team MVP was Kenny Gainwell. He's a free agent and severely underpaid for his performance and what he adds to a team. But you got a good core. You got to start with the offensive and defensive lines, and obviously TJ's under contract for a while, and Herbig came on, and KB had a nice season for us, and YA's got a bright future, I think. And then offensive line, I already talked about it. You got three center, right guard, right tackle. As long as Isaac wants to play, he plays at a high level. And, obviously Broderick got hurt and gave opportunity for Dylan, who obviously showed he can play in the NFL. So I think you got a good pieces in place on the O&D line. And obviously every year is different. You got to figure out who's coming back, who's not. But I think, this team is always going to be competitive, and there's some pieces in place to have a chance to be competitive for a long time.
After a 17-game season, how did you feel physically coming into the game?
Yeah, I feel good. I think that's the one thing that was the most thankful for, other than the wrist that bothered me the last few weeks of the season, the last half, I guess. Yeah, I felt pretty healthy all season, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, you praised Mike this season for his coaching job and how he's prepared you guys. When someone points to this now his 9th straight season without a playoff win, what do you think he does or doesn't do that goes unseen, whether you appreciate it or otherwise?
I mean, this league has changed a lot in my 21 years. When you hear a conversation about the Mike Tomlins of the world, Matt LaFleur's of the world, those are just two that kind of I played for. And when I first got in the league, there wouldn't be conversation about whether those guys were on the hot seat, but the way that the league is covered now, and the way that there's snap decisions and the validity given to the Twitter experts and all the experts on TV now who make it seem like they know what the hell they're talking about. To me, that's an absolute joke. And for either of those two guys to be on the hot seat is really apropos of where we're at as a society and a league, because obviously Matt's done a lot of great things in Green Bay, and we had a lot of success. Mike T has had more success than damn near anybody in the league, for the last 19, 20 years. And more than that, though, when you have the right guy and the culture is right, you don't think about making a change. But there's a lot of pressure that comes from the outside, and obviously that sways decisions from time to time. But It's not how I would do things and not how the league used to be.
What have you learned from being with Mike for a season about him?
And I've answered that a number of times. I've talked extensively about how I feel about Mike. And
TJ, from a run game point of view, what were you expecting coming in, and what, if anything, took you by surprise by their either scheme or execution?
I think it was just execution. A lot of kick-ass, man. You got to give them a lot of credit. They played good ball tonight. They were able to move the ball. We weren't able to stop them in downs where it was crucial. Same story. I mean, you guys saw what happened.
They had a lot of third down success, but it was also a lot of third and shorts. Do you say, oh, we have to get off the field, but also how do you do better to keep them at 3rd and 1?
I mean, we talked all week about not letting them stay on schedule. Obviously, that wasn't accomplished tonight. Not being able to get them one-dimensional like we talk about it each and every week. It's kind of the story of the season, is not being able to stop the run in critical moments, in big-time games. And we talk about playoff football, especially in cold weather, is going to be all about the run game and establishing the run. And when you can't do that, it's a butt kicking.
TJ, how much did missed opportunities kind of weigh as this game went on for you guys?
This is still fresh, man. It's extremely frustrating. Extremely frustrating.
TJ, you guys are holding them to 10 points going, first part of the fourth quarter. Guys that forced 3 turnovers. What's going through you all's minds as you're trying to keep the team in it, but the offense hasn't been able to play complementary football?
Just trying to keep doing our part. Trying to find ways to swipe at the football, trying to stop them. I mean, that 3rd and 11 hurt, 3rd and 15, whatever the heck it was, hurt bad. I felt like we were playing hard football. I was really proud of the way that we were playing. We were playing hard football, and we just couldn't get off the field when we needed to, and that's why it hurts.
TJ, now you're an elder statesman on this defense. A lot of younger first-year guys, White, Black, Jack Sawyer, Derek Harmon, all made big plays tonight. How rewarding is it for you being a leader to see some of the younger guys stepping up in a big playoff game and making big plays for your defense?
It's huge. I mean, really excited for those guys and their development. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it behind the scenes before those big plays are made, and really proud of those guys and how they've continued to grow throughout the year, and excited for them next year.
TJ, what needs to change about this team to get success in the postseason?
I haven't had the answer for a long time, so don't ask me.
From a personal standpoint, you had some, battling through the injury late in the season, but then you come back, you're part of a turnover tonight, you were on the field when you won the division. What has the season, in a nutshell, kind of been like for you in overcoming that adversity?
Man, I don't care about the adversity that I went through, man. This is sitting up here again, same story.
TJ, what are your thoughts on the Mike Tomlin noise, as far as, there's a certain segment of the fan base that prefer to see him out?
I haven't heard much of it, honestly.
2 games in, did you feel 100% back? Were you limited at all, lung-wise?
I felt good.
TJ, Aaron said he felt like practices were strong coming into this game that you guys had. How did you feel about just the practice and the energy that you guys were having coming into this game and the things you were preparing for?
I felt great. Confidence was great. Execution in practice was great. Meetings were great. Camaraderie was great. Thought it was going to be a different story.
Next year will be year 10 for you. Do you still do the same? Has your offseason evolved up to this point in your career, or now you get up to the 10? Is it different in terms of how you train and how you prepare?
Yeah, it's always evolving. Gonna have to take a hard look in the mirror. Continue to evolve and do things differently, but gonna take this one in, man. This sucks.
TJ, 9 straight years for you, Mike, and Cam, not winning a playoff game. Is there a common link that you can draw to right now, or is that something that you kind of have to wait for later?
No clue.
Do you feel like you guys are trending upward, though, with the young players? Maybe add a few more pieces that you guys can make the next step?
Not enough right now.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.